Without a doubt, mornings are the favorite time of the day for me, especially in the summertime. I'm here in my backyard. Show you guys what I'm doing. I'm just going through. I'm reading this Molecular Gastronomy, the Exploring the Science of Flavor, and it's about 5:30 a.m. Yeah, the sun comes up pretty early during the summer months in Canada. It goes down pretty late too. What you're looking at here is my herb garden. But there's been a lot of talk, a lot of requests via Instagram, Facebook, here on YouTube for a sort of a tour of my garden. Every year I do this tour of my garden, so sit tight. I'm out here reading, enjoying my tea. But yeah, let's take a tour of my garden this year. And new this year, we built this reading area. This is where I'm having my morning tea here. If you guys recall, here used to be more of a garden, but it's under the sort of trellis now, making full use of that trellis. So this is my new reading area. Then the garden itself has changed. If you guys remember, there used to be where this wood is there, holding back the garden. It's been backfilled now with new triple mix. That used to be rocks before. So this is all new as well. New this year, well, gone. There used to be that pear tree there. The stump is still there. Next year I plan on planting a cucumber to climb on there. And we would, the little dog with me. The little dog is my daughter's little dog, and it's probably about 5 pounds tops. And Henry to the back is a giant of a dog, but little Miss here thinks she can take on anything, man. Back here for a second, the pear tree is gone. We never got any pear from it, so new this year is this. Yep, I finally got my cherry tree. And this cherry tree is one of those where there are multiple cherries, so it sort of self-pollinates. So each branch, notice there's a tag on there, there's a tag on there, there's a tag on there. So each branch, including this main branch here, that's a Rainier cherry. So because we have all these varieties of cherries on the one plant, it will be self-pollinating. And I think, wait a minute, no, it's gone. They did have my name on it somewhere when I purchased it, but I guess it's gone now. Also new this year, I'm trying some pots, well, buckets I got at the dollar store, with some new peppers that I have going there. If you guys recall, last year in these containers, these big black ones here, we had cucumber. This year I've got strawberries in there, and they're just coming up to flowers now. There's a lot of tiny strawberries in there. Then on the side here, where last year I had some mint and cherry tomato. If you guys remember, the cherry tomato was just going all up, all over the garage and stuff like that. Got a good harvest from there. This year I've got my pickling cucumber in there, and it's doing really well. Still got some leftover mint growing down here. And that thing, if it's one thing, don't plant mint if you don't want it to be taking over your garden. Then on the side of the house where I usually have my herb box, because that's the side door to come out, I usually put my herbs there, which is an easier access. This year I'm trying something all new, and this is garlic. My first time planting garlic. I went in a little bit late to actually see any good results. However, this is a little test I'm running, so I'll know better next year. Also new this year with that reading area, we've got the new herb garden, and I'll explain what we've got in here in a second. So new plants this year, we've got that garlic, we've got the strawberries as I mentioned earlier, and two different types of eggplant this year. Here I've got the Japanese eggplant, and this one here is a sort of a finger eggplant, the deep purple, and you can see a flower coming in over here, and this one is just coming to flowers as well too. So I'm hoping to get some of that Japanese eggplant as well as these finger eggplants. Over here, new this year, is weary peppers, or what we call coffee pepper. So we got one plant here and another plant over there with tons of flowers on there. Then over here, my Trimingonians, your boy finally got it, and this is pimento pepper. Again, the season is early. I will give you guys an updated video once things start actually being in full bloom and we actually harvesting stuff. Also new this year, it's the first time I'm doing beets, and they're looking pretty good, man. I'm quite proud of the results I'm getting so far. I'm just tempted to cut the tops and treat it like spinach, but small thing, we're gonna wait. So new this year, we've got those beets. And then here, these are what's called buncheon shallots. There are two rows here if I go from above. This first row here is your typical onion, and then this row here, as we go down, these are the buncheon shallots. Along with those shallots and everything else, the other new thing I have three other new things this year, four new things this year. These are sweet potato. My kids, they love sweet potato, so why not? We got some sweet potato going here now. Then going up on the trellis here, actually, if you guys, I don't know if you can see this, this is potato. This is from last year. This came back up. But going up on my sort of tower here is what we call lauki, and it's a gourd, and it makes a lovely stew, a vegetarian dish, or you can add meat steak and stuff like that. So the whole idea is for that to carry away all the way here, and then have the fruits or the vegetables hang down. Then as we move over here, you're gonna see the other new plant I have this year, and that is bitter melon. And we've got one plant really doing well. I hope I don't jinx myself. Just climbing, and I tied some strings so it can go up into the sort of trellis area up there. And there's a sister plant right next to it. Busy going up all the way up. Bitter melon, I am not a fan of bitter melon. I don't like bitter melon, but my dad, he uses it quite a bit. Being that he's in Canada during the summer months, I thought I'd plant some, so when Mr. needs it, he can get it. The other new plant this year, and more of a bush than anything else, this one here, this whole big plant here, and it's lost between the herbs, but that is a blueberry plant. Didn't get any off it this year, but hopefully next year we can get some. So let's take a look at the typical ingredients you'll find in my garden. So here we've got that Jamaican callaloo all the way up. There's probably about 6 plants. Time to harvest some of it before it starts going to seed. And Jamaican callaloo is amaranth. I think that's what it's called. In the Southern Caribbean, we call it chore baji or spinach. Then here, I've got my Swiss chard. And we've got the red one, pink one, and the white one. Then as we move more down the garden to the back there, let's see if I can jump in. Yeah, I've got Usually I plant heirloom tomatoes. However, this year I didn't do the heirloom. I have here five plants, six different plants of tomato. And as we work our way down, I can see some of them already coming in right about there. Oh, we've got some hiding inside there. Look at that. Then in the back down here, we've got that butternut squash, one of my favorite things to cook and eat. And it's right next to the sweet potato. And way to the back here, I don't know if you guys can see this one here. How many of you know this plant? We call this Podina Spanish thyme or big leaf thyme. I know in the Spanish speaking Caribbean, I think they call it big leaf oregano. It does have a flavor of oregano though. Let's start off with my peppers now. And here we've got the Carolina Reaper. The Carolina Reaper. We've got a cayenne in flower here. To the back of that, we've got a jalapeno. And we've got a serrano. That one there is a serrano. These are a couple from the Middle East, very hot peppers, along with a couple, the front two plants are Scotch bonnet plants. Then we've got some habaneros. The one, the very back there, that's a Trinidad Moruga scorpion. Then that one there is a chocolate Scotch bonnet. These two are habaneros, a different variety of habaneros. These here are white habaneros, some of my favorite peppers, very flavorful. In the herb garden, we've got French thyme. We've got an onion from last year that just came up and he got a beautiful flower. So we can zoom in. It's just stunning. We've got fresh basil, this Italian basil. I'm not a huge fan of basil, but I still plant it for when it works great with tomato and fresh salads and stuff like that. Here we've got rosemary, an entire row of celery. Then as we move our way to the back, this here is oregano. I know I pronounced that word incorrectly, but small thing. And then over here we've got curly leaf parsley. So there you go, friends. Early morning, it's about 6 a.m. now. Quick tour of my garden. I'm seeing a pepper there. Let's finish it off on a pepper, man. This video gonna finish it off right there. Always a pleasure to have you guys here with me. As I said, a quick tour of the garden. And I do hope you guys are inspired to grow your own garden next year. Dog, you ready to go inside? Let's go inside, come on. Don't make no noise once you get in there. My little baby is here. We've got cookbooks, guys. WestIndianFoodCompany.com. Get your copy today.